Hey everybody, Matt here. It is Sunday, September, what am I talking about? October 5th, 2008, and the Giants just had one of the best offensive games I have seen them have in a very long time, as we beat up on the Seattle Seahawks with the final score of 44-6. I'm nothing against Plexico Burress, but we did absolutely fine without him. No offense there. We did even a little bit better without him. My MVP of the game goes to Dominic Hickson. Great job. Ahmad Bradshaw had some unbelievable runs. Eli Manning making some good passes. Steve Smith had a pretty good game. I thought he was going to have a little bit bigger of a standout performance, but standout performance definitely goes to Dominic Hickson. Brandon Jacobs had some good runs up the gut. Carney making all of his field goals as usual. It was just a great game. The atmosphere was pretty good for such a blowout, and you kind of knew after the Giants took a 14-3 lead like 5 minutes into the game that it wasn't going to look good from there on for Seattle. So that's our defense played pretty good. I think it's pretty safe to say that Seattle's best offensive plays were 2 face mask penalties on the Giants, which accumulated to 30 yards, which was one of Seattle's field goal conversions. If you also notice, they never scored a touchdown. They had 2 field goal attempts, both good. It was basically our penalties. The Giants' penalties was the Seattle Seahawks offense, and that was basically what the Seahawks had going for them, which was absolutely nothing. Hasselbeck was injured, I think it was the first or second play of the game. Didn't look too good. He was down for a while, but he came back in. The Seattle Seahawks, I think what was wrong, maybe it was just me, but I thought they didn't go very far on the run. They did not go very far at all on the run. Sticking with, again, Giants penalties were the only thing that gave the Seahawks some yards, and we still couldn't capitalize on the end for the TD. So the New York Giants are 4-0, the only undefeated team, best record in the NFC Conference, only undefeated team in the NFC, one of 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL, with the 5-0 Tennessee Titans, who are off to a somewhat surprising start. Nobody really expected them to go 5-0. Sitting here, Pittsburgh and Jacksonville are tied at 7 late in the first quarter on this Sunday night. Going around the NFL, Dallas. I'm gonna say to Dallas the same thing I say to the Red Sox. The Dallas Cowboys must be leading the NFL in luck percentage. I mean, everything. Tony Romo, that last pass into the end zone where whoever tipped it and it went right into the hands of the other guy. He didn't even move. He just stood there and the ball literally went right into his hands. That is luck. And the Cincinnati Bengals defense, that last drive, you missed a 2-point conversion. Who cares? You could go right back down and get a field goal, but no, you let the Cowboys walk right over you. And that, Cincinnati fans, that's why you haven't won a game. Because you let them walk right over you. Certainly a more interesting game than anyone expected, but that is why Cincinnati does not win. Because the Dallas Cowboy defense just walked all over them. And I would love to see Dallas lose. Philadelphia lost, which is good, to the Redskins. 4-1, where the heck did they come from? But Philadelphia, they better step it up. Donovan McNabb, and he had a decent game, I think 196 yards. But the Eagles need to step it up big time if they want any hope at winning the division and being able to fight for a playoff berth at all. So that's my opinion on that. Giants sit alone at top the NFC East for their second consecutive week. Our next game is Monday night against Cleveland Browns. It's going to be cool to hear Hank Williams Jr. singing that song for us in a game that I actually somewhat care about. So that'd be cool. Cleveland, I think they won 1 game. I'm not sure if they played today or if they were on a bye. But I'm expecting a win with Plexico back. He's going to be pumped. He's going to have a good game. I'm expecting a win in Ohio this coming Monday, Columbus Day weekend. So that should be the deal with that. Dallas, we're getting closer to that game, November 2nd, which I still think will be the most important in terms of who wins the NFC East this year. That game at Giants Stadium, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the biggest. After Cleveland, we're home against San Francisco, which, in my opinion, should be an easy W if everything goes well, no injuries, and knock on wood. So, hopefully that works out. Steve Spagnuolo, again. He is an angel sent from heaven. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable defense right there. And Kevin Gilbride gets a pat on the back as well for this offensive onslaught. 44 points. I wanted to break 20, but a little too much run at the end. A little too much run. A lot of Seahawks fans showed up at the stadium, but it was funny watching them just put their heads down in agony. And Michael Bumpus from Seattle. We were messing around with him the whole time, and we had like a little trend of Giants fans rooting for Michael Bumpus because his last name, and he was always on the bench, but he got some plays in at the end and made a 3-yard reception. It was great. Michael Bumpus, the future of the NFL. So, in conclusion, Giants win big, 44-6. Next week, Monday night, Cleveland Browns. I'll make some videos during the week, a preview of that game. Dallas wins, unfortunately, because the Cincinnati Bengals defense is horrible. Philadelphia's chances are getting thrown out the door quicker and quicker. Washington is surprising everyone. Who did their only loss come to? The New York Giants. We're the only NFC East opponent they have not beaten. And only undefeated team besides the Tennessee Titans. So it's looking good. Who's ever playing the Dallas Cowboys next week? Go. Alright, I'm out of here. Everybody have a good week. Enjoy waking up Monday morning. Alright, this is Matt. I'm out of here. Go Giants.